Welcome to Infinitunal, your portal to the most fascinating stories from across history and the cosmos. Today, we're journeying back to the 14th century to uncover the story of a man whose wealth was so immense, it defies modern comprehension. Forget the tech billionaires of today, this is a tale of gold, power, and a journey that literally changed the economic landscape of a continent. We are talking about Mansa Musa, the legendary emperor of the Mali Empire. His story isn't just about riches, it's a testament to the incredible power and sophistication of West African civilizations. So, how rich was he? Rich enough to single-handedly cause an economic crisis in Egypt simply by visiting. Let's delve into the history of a fortune that makes even the wealthiest figures of our time seem modest in comparison. Before we can grasp the scale of Mansa Musa's wealth, we need to understand the source of his power, the Mali Empire. Founded in the 13th century by Sundiata Keita, the Lion King, this empire was a sprawling, prosperous state in West Africa. At its peak under Mansa Musa's rule, it stretched for over 2,000 miles, encompassing territories that are now part of modern-day Mali, Senegal, Guinea, Niger, and several other nations. The Mali Empire was not just vast, it was strategically brilliant. It controlled crucial trade routes that crisscrossed the Sahara Desert, connecting West Africa with the Mediterranean, Egypt, and the Middle East. These routes were the arteries of commerce, and Mali held the heart. What flowed through these arteries was more valuable than any currency: salt from the north and, most importantly, gold from the south. The lands of the Mali Empire, particularly the regions of Bambouk and Beret, were home to some of the most prolific gold mines the world had ever known. It's estimated that during this period, the Mali Empire was the source of almost half of the Old World's entire gold supply. Mansa Musa, as the supreme ruler, had direct control over this unimaginable resource. He wasn't just a king, he was the gatekeeper to the world's most sought-after commodity. Musa Keita ascended to the throne around the year 1312, taking the title Mansa, which means Emperor or King of Kings. His reign is widely regarded as the golden age of the Mali Empire. He was a skilled administrator and a devout Muslim, and it was his faith that would set the stage for the most legendary display of wealth in human history. In 1324, Mansa Musa decided to undertake the Hajj, the sacred pilgrimage to Mecca, a journey required of all able-bodied Muslims. But this was no ordinary pilgrimage. This was a royal procession of epic proportions, a moving city of gold designed to announce the arrival of the Mali Empire on the world stage. His caravan was a spectacle of staggering scale. Imagine a procession stretching as far as the eye could see, a river of people and animals flowing across the Sahara Desert. Contemporary Arab historians, who were left breathless by the sight, recorded the details of this incredible entourage. The procession included an estimated 60,000 people. This wasn't just a crowd, it was a meticulously organized mobile court. It included soldiers for protection, royal officials, merchants, scholars, and thousands of attendants and servants. An entire infrastructure was created to support this journey, ensuring the emperor's comfort and security across thousands of miles of harsh terrain. Leading the way were 500 heralds, each dressed in fine silks and carrying a staff made of pure gold. They acted as the vanguard, announcing the emperor's approach. But the most astonishing part of the caravan was its transport of treasure. A train of 80 to 100 camels followed, and each camel was laden with up to 300 pounds of pure gold dust. This wasn't for trade or expenses, this was simply part of the imperial baggage, a casual display of the empire's vast resources. The sheer amount of gold being transported was unprecedented, a glittering testament to Mali's prosperity. As Mansa Musa's magnificent caravan made its way across the desert, it eventually arrived in Cairo, the bustling heart of the Mamluk Sultanate in Egypt. Cairo was, at that time, one of the most important economic and cultural centers in the world. The arrival of the Malian emperor was an event that would be remembered for decades. Upon reaching the city, Mansa Musa's generosity immediately became the stuff of legend. He gave away gold to everyone he met, from the officials who greeted him to the ordinary people on the streets. He showered the court of the Mamluk Sultan with extravagant gifts and donated vast sums to mosques, charities, and scholars. His intention was to display piety and kindness, but the economic consequence of his actions was something no one could have anticipated. He injected so much gold into the Cairoene economy in such a short period that he completely destabilized it. The sudden, massive influx of gold caused its value to plummet. Prices for everyday goods soared as the local currency was devalued, triggering a wave of rampant inflation. the economy of one of the world's most powerful cities was thrown into chaos, all because of one man's generosity. It took Cairo over a decade to fully recover from the economic shock. Mansa Musa had, quite literally, broken the economy of Egypt just by passing through. This event, more than any other, cemented his reputation in the annals of history. The story spread like wildfire across the trade routes, reaching the ears of merchants and mapmakers in Europe. For the first time, West Africa was not seen as a distant, unknown land, but as a place of almost mythical wealth, a kingdom of gold ruled by a powerful emperor. After completing his pilgrimage to Mecca, Mansa Musa began his journey home, but his mission was far from over. He was deeply inspired by the architecture, scholarship, and culture he had witnessed in Cairo and the holy cities. He was determined to bring that knowledge and sophistication back to his own empire. He recruited leading scholars, architects, poets, and jurists from across the Islamic world, persuading them to return with him to Mali. Among them was the famed Andalusian architect and poet Abu Ishaq al-Sahili, who would go on to revolutionize West African architecture. Upon his return, Mansa Musa embarked on an ambitious building program. He commissioned the construction of magnificent mosques, libraries, and universities in key cities like Timbuktu and Gao. Al-Sahili designed the legendary Djinguereber Mosque in Timbuktu, a masterpiece of mud brick architecture that still stands today as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Under Mansa Musa's patronage, Timbuktu was transformed from a regional trading post into a world-renowned center of Islamic learning and scholarship. The Sankore University attracted scholars and students from all over Africa and the Middle East, boasting a library with hundreds of thousands of manuscripts. Timbuktu became synonymous with intellectual pursuit and cultural refinement, a beacon of knowledge in the heart of Africa. This was Mansa Musa's true legacy, not just his gold, but his investment in culture, education, and faith, which enriched his empire for generations to come. So, the ultimate question remains, just how rich was Mansa Musa? Calculating his net worth in modern terms is a complex task, primarily because his wealth was so vast it's almost impossible to quantify. He controlled the means of production for an essential global commodity, not just a portfolio of stocks and assets. Modern economists and historians have attempted to estimate his fortune, and the numbers they come up with are staggering. If we consider the amount of gold he controlled, along with the vast land and resources of the Mali Empire, his wealth is often described as simply indescribable or incomprehensible. Some have tried to put a number on it. Taking into account the gold he possessed, its value at the time, and adjusting for inflation, estimates often land in the range of $400 billion to $500 billion in today's dollars. To put that into perspective, that's significantly more than the net worth of figures like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. However, even this colossal figure may not do him justice. His wealth wasn't just personal, it was imperial. He had near limitless access to the most valuable resource on the planet at the time. Unlike modern billionaires, whose wealth is tied to fluctuating market values, Mansa Musa's wealth was tangible, physical, and under his absolute control. Perhaps the best way to understand his fortune is not through a number, but through his impact. He was wealthy enough to disrupt the economy of an entire region with his generosity, to transform cities into world-class centers of learning, and to have his name and his empire placed on world maps for centuries to come. His legacy reminds us that history is filled with figures whose power and influence dwarf our modern perceptions of wealth. The story of Mansa Musa is not just about gold, it's about the enduring power of vision, faith, and a golden age in African history. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the past. If you enjoyed this story and want to explore more incredible tales from history, be sure to like this video and subscribe to Infinite Union. We have a universe of stories waiting for you.